Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hairdresser Strong Show. We have a special edition. We are ground zero for a new salon in Washington, D.C. I'm here with the owners, Gabby and Franky, and we're going to take a little tour, and this will be part one of a docuseries of their entire experience. So, Gabby and Franky, why don't you introduce yourselves? Gabby, you want to go first? Tell us a little, anything about yourself, like how long you've been in the industry, what's your favorite type of work to do, and anything about the space or anything you want.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Gabby. I've been a hairstylist for 7 years now, and I've been in DC for about 4 of those years. I'm very passionate about hair cutting and hair in general. I love coloring, I love doing hair, but right now I feel a very strong pull into leadership and managing, and that's where my heart is at. So I'm really excited for this space to open up and step into that role.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, Franky.
Okay, I'm Franky, and I've been in the industry for about 15, 16 years in and out, licensed since 2011. I've been a barber primarily, and as of lately, I've been experimenting a little bit with more stylist techniques, especially in your course earlier this year. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of that.
Awesome.
And,
So tell me a little bit about the space. Like your background is barbering, right? And your background is, do you do do you do color?
I don't do color.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I used to do primarily color, and then I
Okay.
switched over to just hair cutting, and right now I do mostly dry cuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so just for the audience to add something, what's your favorite haircut right now to cut?
Ooh, I just love a really long, soft, layered haircut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm in it right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how about you? What is the type of work that what's your favorite thing to do right now?
well, lately I've been really into the longer overgrown mullet.
Okay,
Shave,
cool.
like square
Yeah,
layers
yeah.
on men. I feel
Uh-huh.
like that's gotten a lot more popular.
Yeah.
And after I finally nailed it, it's been kind of like a lot of what I want people to ask me,
Nice.
but not a lot of what I'm doing anymore
Nice.
because everybody wants fades again.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's give us the tour. Let's
All
take us on a
right.
tour. So
Okay.
this is the front door. We walk
Yes.
in this way. And then take us from there.
All right, so you walk in through here, and our vision is this middle area will be our waiting area and receptionist table. So the receptionist desk will be back against the wall, and then we'll have seats here, couch, and then to either side, there will be 4 stations. So we have 8 stations in total, 2 long tables on either side with 4 stations each, and we use these moldings as the center
Like a marker.
focal point, for the stations.
Very
So that's
similar,
this main room, and then we'll do retail, little coffee area here for clients. And this is the main room for clients. And then going in through this space, this is gonna be the kitchen for the stylist. So we're gonna close this off, and this will only be for staff.
If you look in there, that's the old door to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a part of our build out. We had to close this door here and switch it to the other room.
Why did you have to do that?
Because we don't want it to be open to the public, so we want clients to be able to access the bathroom without going into the kitchen.
I see.
So
Okay. So you
at
basically-
first it was
Okay.
all the way
Oh,
open.
it was a walkthrough into
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we'll put
closing
our
this off.
washer machine and dryer machine in here, and this
Nice.
can be for mixing color, prepping your food, or whatever that looks like for the stylist.
All right. Cool.
Look at
Yes.
this beautiful wall we had to open up for the bathroom entrance.
So this room here will be where the wash bowls will be. So this is gonna be our little zen area in the salon.
Nice.
That's why the walls are darker. We're also gonna paint the ceilings a little darker. The lighting will be dimmer, and this will place 3 shampoo bowls
A
here.
little division here.
And then we're gonna have a little dividing wall right here to create a hallway. And then you can hang up your coats, or if you're changing into a robe, you can hang that up there. And then it's gonna create a little separation from the people that are in the resting area versus going into the restroom.
So that door's going away also. That's just gonna be a hallway.
Okay. Just open.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
open
it's
this.
part of the main room.
We're gonna open this doorway a little bit more, so it's more
Oh.
like an entrance. And then this was, I think, one of the biggest things, aside from the plumbing and electrical work, was having to knock out a whole brick wall. But it opened up the bathroom to this room. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's. I definitely have questions.
You have
but-
questions?
well,
Go ahead.
let's finish the tour because
Okay.
there's a room on the other side.
Yeah, that's our break room.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I'll take you
yeah, come
this
on.
way.
Break room, because we actually have to have running water. So we congregate here, but this is where we do our mixing
Gotcha.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
So-
But that's what we really like.
Okay.
We wanted to create a space where it's very comfortable for our staff, stylists, assistants, receptionists, just a real break room where you can go and reset. So we want to make it nice and comfortable. Also put in some inspiration on the walls so that you can just relax before you have to get back into the busy floor. So this is our break room. And my idea here is to have a big table where we can sit and eat or study or whatever you got to do, but also have some seating area that is comfortable. You can come and rest, read a book, do whatever you got to do in between your clients. And we'll put a little mini fridge here, a microwave,
This is
locker.
luxurious.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever worked in a space that had a dope?
No, but I
employee
am
space like
very
this?
excited for it. Yes.
Look at that window. Look at this window right here. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a amazing like window for light and for view.
To feed the meter, if you're
Yeah.
gonna get
Oh
a
yeah, you can watch your car. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to create a little space. Like if you want to work on your social media and you don't have to do it out on the floor, you can come back here, you can sit, grab a snack, relax. So
Nice.
that was the
Shut
idea.
off.
And a fireplace. Is this fireplace working? Or
I don't know. We have to ask about that, but it is beautiful.
It's like 120 years old.
we could probably put one of those like heater fake ones in.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want the heat, you could probably just get like a fake thing for the fire during the winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
for
looks like
sure.
someone was using it.
Yeah, it
So
does.
at some point
It does.
it worked.
If it works, I'll take it.
So what's the name of this place?
Corte.
And what does Corte mean?
Corte stands for cut.
Okay.
Since we like to focus on haircuts.
Nice.
It's also a word that means the same and is spelled the same in Portuguese and in Spanish, both of our
Okay.
native
Nice.
languages.
Cool.
Also nice and clean, straight to the point. We like how it sounds.
Nice.
And it's
Yeah,
not
I think it brings a little bit of
hard to
our
remember.
a little bit of our culture into it too. And I feel like in both our cultures, it's very warm and welcoming.
Okay.
You visit the Dominican Republic or Brazil, and people are like, "Come on, you're at home," and that's what we want to incorporate.
We
in
have a little
Corte.
bit of a tropical vibe sprinkled around. With
Okay.
some
With the
of
decor and all too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
nice.
coming. You'll see the,
Awesome.
some of the decoration we have in
Yeah.
mind.
Awesome. Okay, so this is looking great. I mean, first of all, I asked the question when we first walked in, but can we get the camera on all this ornate like plastering work? That's so it just adds. I mean, and you said this was already here.
Yeah.
So what was this before? Do you
It
know?
was like a student, maybe physical therapy type office.
I mean, this type
At
of work.
some point,
is,
I think it was either a Montessori school or an office for a Montessori
Okay.
school, from what I understand, but an office.
Okay.
There were definitely like carpet office,
Okay.
like office carpeting in here, and yeah.
All right.
Oh, we'll show you some of those clips.
Okay, so let's get into this. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, how long has it been for you to get to this point?
Ooh,
It's been an
Since-
eternity.
when did we sign the lease? We signed in May.
March 15th.
March 15th,
March,
and
yeah.
today is August
24th.
24th.
And we were sure that if all goes wrong, we're opening mid-June.
Okay. So you're 2 months behind.
We're 2 months
basically.
behind, and I
Okay.
think that we will. I think that a comfortable date to kind of aim for. We're not putting any pressure on it this time. I think
Yeah.
I was really heartbroken when we didn't reach our June date.
A little naive about
So
the
I think
process.
before September is what we're optimistic about, but flexible.
And what are the main, and like anybody in the audience that has been through this process, they're like totally feeling this right now. They totally are seeing you. I feel like the people who are aspiring to go through it or have never been through it or never thought about it, they would probably like to know what's taken so long. You know,
Permits.
Permits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful permit.
Yeah.
We
What do you-
applied for permits shortly after we signed the
March.
lease, maybe like a day or two after. Our landlord was already in contact with an architectural office who applied for the permits.
Mm-hmm.
It just took a really long time. I think in part it was the city that maybe they're understaffed and behind schedule Also, the
Also,
architectural office.
You have all these different departments that aren't necessarily in communication with each other. It's not a seamless
So you
process.
had different permits you had to get?
Yes.
Well, we had
A
to
lot
get
of
the
different things.
architectural drawings,
Okay.
which you have to wait a few business days for the architect to develop them, and then he sends them to you. It's never going to be right on the first time, apparently. I didn't know that. And then it takes a few more business days for him
And
to
does that
adjust.
is there more money involved if they don't get it right and they have
I
to
don't
redo
think
it?
so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I think
don't-
you pay up front,
Okay.
or in our case, we worked out a deal with our landlord. We are taking responsibility for half of everything that is spent during this process.
Okay.
And he's
But we
paying
don't-
everything up front.
He's paying it up front, and we'll pay him back. So we
Yo,
got a
that's
good
sick
deal. Yeah.
We
Nice.
both-
That's
he wants
amazing.
us here.
How did you meet the landlord?
We're driving by.
We
Just
would
a-
drive by
Just
the
a cold
city.
call, like knock
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah,
For
we would
at
drive
least
by the city
an hour
often and
see what they're talking about.
call
That's
up
incredible.
different
Did a tour
locations.
like a day later or the
That's
same day.
incredible.
But from the day we toured this place until we signed the lease, it was probably like 5 months.
December 2nd. is
Wow.
when we
So
recorded
the
first
space,
video.
you got lucky that the space didn't get rented too then, right?
Yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
also gave us a little bit. We felt a little bolder with that because we're like,
Oh.
it's not gone yet, so
negotiating.
We might have a little bit of leverage to some degree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Initially, we were really aiming for a first floor location. We wanted this.
I see.
We wanted this. We still want this space to be our home for the next 5-10 years. With all the effort we're putting into it. So we wanted a first location, and so this was always in the back burner. It was like, well, we have that one to fall
But
back
it's not
to.
storefront. But we
Yeah.
like the decor on the wall.
Yeah, well, in the windows and the view. it's
Yeah, yeah. So once we
incredible.
walk
and
in
this
here-
natural light on both sides coming through.
Yeah.
So, what has been the most expensive thing that you've had to do so far, and how much did it cost? Just to give people who have no idea, it's a little bit of
It's
insight.
all expensive.
I have a good one.
It's very
I think
expensive.
it's a pretty common one.
Okay.
Okay.
That after you spend way more than you can ever calculate you're gonna spend, we run out of the cushion. We negotiated for free rent.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so now we're
Paying
paying
rent
every month.
in the space that you're not utilizing is
While
definitely the
paying rent
most
where
expensive.
you're actually generating an income at the same time.
Because we're
Right.
both booth rentals, so we're both paying our rent every week at our booth rent location. We're also paying rent at home,
Yeah,
and then we
it's
get
fun.
to pay rent for our business that
Gotcha.
isn't rent
Oh,
She
operating.
she was actually doing commission, so she was paying even more before she did this temporary booth rent situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by going independent, you
We were able
you-
to save a little bit.
Yeah, and you were able to also create some space between the old business and the new business.
Exactly.
Which tends to, from talking to people, seems to be like when there's a gap from you working somewhere to becoming an owner, it tends to make the relationship easier to maintain. That's just like from
Well, yeah,
interviewing
like
people.
stepping
I mean,
on
it's
toes.
case by case basis,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, okay, so losing the cushion means that you're paying rent at both of your booths plus
but
here.
not generating the income that we calculated that was gonna cover
Right.
our expenses.
So when
Right.
we realized,
So it's just like out of nowhere.
when we realized June was not a thing that was going to happen for
bit of a
us, we
crisis.
reached out to the landlord and we're like, we'll try to work out an extra month. They gave us 2 months
Okay.
of free rent, a little buffer.
Okay.
Which is courtesy. They're not required to give you anything, but it
Right.
is common courtesy to get 2 up to 3 months. So we try to haggle for that
Good
third
to
month.
know that.
Yeah, but
okay.
they wanted to take this whole room for 1 month
Well,
free rent. I'm like,
Not the
no,
whole
thank
room,
you.
but they wanted to take the best part of the room with
Yeah, the half
fireplace.
of the room.
They were gonna cut off this whole part, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll keep the rent the same, and we'll give you another month." Like, but then you're taking all the square footage away from us.
Yeah.
But they also
But in a
kinda
time of
smelled that
desperation,
we
I think it's
lost our
easy.
leverage at that point.
Yeah, I think it's easy to say yes to something that won't be beneficial in the future because you're so desperate and it's like, okay, I could save a couple $1,000s, but at what
We're
cost?
like, we'll just take
Right.
that
In the
out. We
future.
want to keep
Yeah.
the whole, every single inch of that space right now because we already had to go through hours and hours of lining up where we're gonna put our stations because there was always an impediment. We kept losing a station with every layout.
And why were you losing stations? Like what's an
Because they're
example?
always every layout that we thought about, you'd always lose some space that people could walk behind you or access something or access the front desk or block an exit.
Like walkways.
All the walkways are always not accounted for until we drew it or put down tape and we're like, oh shit, doesn't work.
Because it's not, I think like if you're a brand new salon and you're not buying the business from another owner and you get to structure it, we really want to prioritize the comfort of everybody that's working here. So if that means having an extra 3 foot of space behind it, I didn't want to compromise that just to have a layout that would fit more people in. So we managed to fit 8 people, but still give them the comfort of people walking past you and not getting in you.
Yeah, it was all here.
We're changing it, but it was all in here,
It's pretty good lighting though for walking into it, you know.
Yeah.
We noticed that the fact that it's pointing to the ceiling, it creates this soft light, so we don't get a lot of hard shadows.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hopefully we don't get rid of it, but
hopefully we can still play it out because we want a little bit more light.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add more beams, but gotta find a way to diffuse it since it's not gonna bounce off the ceiling.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Well,
you said you had some questions.
Well, my question was like, how much did that cost to cut through that brick wall? Like, I mean, I'm sure it's hard to itemize everything because it's part of a big thing, but like
we got really lucky with our connections, I think. Too.
Okay.
Yeah, our contractor don't burn bridges.
Okay.
Because my contractor, I hadn't been in contact with him for a few years, but he's a longtime client of mine. I know him for about a decade, and just kind of cold calling, just shot in the dark. Hey, you have any references for me? I'm in the market for a contractor. I know that's your expertise.
Yeah.
I love an estimate or a reference. He just showed up. He said, I'll be there. We'll do a walkthrough.
Nice.
Gave us a beautiful quote. But again, it was like a family favor almost.
Gotcha.
Just unexpected, out of nowhere.
So remember your clients. Yeah.
Don't get mad if they leave you for another stylist.
Yeah, because they might become your general contractor and save you more money than you would have made off of them doing their hair.
You're
never
not lying. You're not lying.
That's awesome. And then, so like when you did the demo, I guess you pulled up all the carpets and then all this stuff is, they cut into the floor or did they lay new floors down?
Well, they had to rip it up. All the electrical goes under the floor and then they pulled it out. So we had to tell them how many outlets we wanted for each station, where we wanted it. So we came in and we measured everything ourselves.
The architectural
and told them what happened.
drawings had to have these things accurately placed so they can pass the inspection that we just passed last week.
Yeah.
So if there was like, okay, so the most unexpected things were the permits, and then the timing, eating into your lease, like the timing where your construction isn't done before your lease is supposed to start. Also getting a couple of months grace period, remembering your clients, and then knowing that it's gonna be a lot more money than you might kind of like do your own calculations
that
for.
sounds cliche, but
it's so real.
That's so true. That's like the truest thing.
It's gonna take longer and it's gonna cost more.
And they always say it'll take 3 times, it'll take 5 times, 6 times as long, and as costly.
Yeah.
That's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. So if there was one specific surprise other than what we talked about, that along this process, like you learned about the construction process or a thing that you're like, oh my gosh, that's going to cost us more money than I thought. Any other surprises that you'd like to share?
I have a surprise. I was surprised at how nobody knows anything. Like, if people don't even know what's going on in their own department. So I didn't know how important it was or how useful it would have been for me to already had a contractor and an architect ready to go within my negotiations. Because I'm thinking, oh, you call State Board or the Department of Labor or whatever, and they can point at resources or tell you exactly what type of things to look for. They're just like, you need this and this and this permit, and nobody knows what sources you need in order to accomplish them.
Okay.
So you're always having
clarity.
follow up.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say this waiting
With every single
period
thing.
hasn't been totally negative for us. And now that we're almost at the end of it, we can see that clearly. we had time to work on things that are not seen, but I think are very important to us and to the business. And that's been to work on prepping ourselves for a place of leadership, and how are we going to take everyone here and pour into their business and to grow our staff. I had no idea how to do any of that, and it was giving me a lot of anxiety. I'm like, what do you mean we're gonna have employees? This is crazy. I've never done that before. So I went on a deep dive and searched for someone that fit our needs, and I've done 6 months of training, getting ready to do another 6 months, and I think that that's been so valuable to do before we start, because I feel like it gave us a lot more of a foundation than we had previously.
Nice.
So it hasn't been totally bad. There
Okay,
has been
awesome.
some good that came with
I like
it
to
too.
hear that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap this up. What are the next steps? What are the next steps?
Opening.
It's in between
But-
now and opening.
Now an opening.
Yeah, what are you waiting on right now
We
currently?
just cleared the inspection that we needed before patching up all the work that was done on the floor.
Okay.
Now we're gonna lay down floors.
Finish
We
painting.
need a final inspection. I'm assuming you're speaking like legally and operational and all that.
Sure, or whatever. Yeah, like anything that comes to mind that's is coming up next.
Yeah,
Final
finishing.
inspection, health inspection, business license.
Because the electrical and the
owner
plumbing's
license.
done.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just need to lay the floors, paint, and put all the
And make
furniture
sure
where it
Yeah.
goes, and then last minute
Yeah.
touches. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the final stretch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
so it's
pass
just,
the last 2 inspections, and we're good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, one piece of advice from each of you that for the person watching that wants to do this.
Okay, I can go first.
Go.
It might be scary when we're saying all these things, but it has been the one thing that's kept me waking up every day super excited for the day. So don't shy away from it if that is something that you feel you're called to do. You can do it. Yeah.
Times 10.
Yes.
For me, save your money as much as possible. It's not always possible, but save as much money as possible, more than you think you'll ever need. Network, keep contacts. Architect, contractor, and anything in between. It'll smoothen up everything. Like,
Yeah.
we got lucky that a lot of things landed in place for us. We're extremely lucky. But I feel like all the things we got lucky with are essential things that everybody needs going into any type of development. So,
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for this. And we look forward to checking in maybe in a few months, depending on, you saying that you're expecting to be open in like 2 months from
Yeah.
now. Okay. So let you all get open. If you have some sort of party, we'll be there. Otherwise, even if it's before you have a party, we should come back and we should check in and see where you're at.
Awesome.
Okay.
let's try
Yeah,
some more
thank you.
stations.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
some
Well,
floors.
good job. And this
Yes.
is looking beautiful. And we look forward to seeing what's next.
Appreciate you
Amazing.
guys.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Support.
All right. Until next time. See ya.
Have a good one.